Kia ora and welcome to the show. Now, deciding what you want to do with your life is hard, and it always seems you have to decide before you're really aware of the opportunities that are available to you. So, we've put together a show that every week looks at 3 different careers and, of course, provides you with helpful advice and tips along the way to help make that all-important career choice just that little bit easier for you. In today's show, we take a look at the sports turf industry, where we give 17-year-old sports fanatic Eric the opportunity of sampling a fantastic career in Wellington's hurricane territory, the Westpac Stadium. Kirsten has a good head for maths and likes a challenge. We sent her off for a couple of days working in the pharmacy industry to see if that could be just the job for her. And Nick has always been interested in heavy machinery and likes finding out how things work. So we find out if working in road construction is just the job for him. First up, let's get down to grassroots level as Eric samples a career in the sports turf industry.
Hi, my name is Eric. I'm 17. I'm from Mangere. I'm really into sport. I love it. I've been doing it ever since I was a kid.
So we've flown Eric to Wellington to discover the fascinating and diverse career opportunities in sports turf management. What better place to start his voyage of discovery than here at the Westpac Stadium, home of the Hurricanes, the Wellington Lions, the new Wellington Phoenix soccer team and more. The sacred turf is managed by Brett Sipthorpe.
Sports turf management is the preparation of sports fields, particularly in a stadium environment, to the best possible level. Welcome to Westpac Stadium.
Wow, this is cool. Big. Really big.
The myth about this trade is that it's just grass. Grass is what you have on your front lawn. Turf is a completely different environment altogether. Okay, we'll show you a bit about what we use to mow the field. It's all fairly basic once you get used to it, but yeah, it looks like a little bit of a maze at the moment.
Brett explains the controls before letting Eric loose with the blades.
Just don't rip your foot straight off, just do it nice and slowly.
Okay.
And then just put your foot down.
The pitch is mown in a special pattern so it looks great for the TV cameras.
So
That was cricket, huh?
no, that's pretty good. That's pretty good for a first go. To be good at this job, it is handy if you've got a bit of patience. You get a good team environment, and it's a very rewarding job. I mean, you've cut over a quarter of the field then, and you've done really well.
That was fun.
Eric might have the mowing sorted, but the design of a sports field is another career path he could follow.
For someone working on the above ground components of the sports field, it would be very useful for them to learn more about what's happening beneath the ground as well. The drainage scheme is probably the most important thing, to channel that surface water away.
If you've got a love of sport and you can transfer that into this trade, you'll always love working in it, because you're surrounded by sport every day of the year, basically.
You might have a ground level view at the 22, but if the try line's crooked, there'll be hell to pay.
It's pretty good. Plenty of games on TV that they're not as straight as that, so that's a pretty good go.
What do you learn from the job?
You learn how to really manage a field. You learn how to diagnose diseases, build fertiliser programs, and basically keep the field in good condition all year round.
So it's becoming clear to Eric that to become a good sports turf manager, you need a lot of skills. It's not just mowing grass and painting lines. Next stop for Eric is Wellington's Wakefield Park, which boasts 7 cricket pitches. The park is managed by Wellington City Council, and Nathan Ackroyd is 2 years into his sports turf management apprenticeship with the council.
So when you're like an apprentice, like what are the sort of things you do?
Well, with the council, it's really good because you get a wide range of skills. So you learn how to mark out fields, soccer fields, rugby fields, put up tennis nets, put up netball goalposts, rugby goalposts, as well as the cricket work. And you know, some councils also have a golf course as well, so you also learn that side of it as well.
So Eric now knows a bit about the industry, but there are 2 things he wants to know.
So what's the tough thing about it?
Probably the study. No, it's not too bad. Like, you have your days. I mean, the toughest part would probably be working in the rain, really. Because no matter what, you still need to get out there and have the fields ready for the weekend.
And
what's the best bit about the job?
Being involved in international sport, whether it be cricket, rugby league, it's always a Tri-Nations or a Super 14, and it's great to be involved at that highest level.
So Eric has discovered that there is a whole host of opportunity out there in the sports turf industry. He could eventually be in charge of a stadium like Brett, working for one of the many local councils up and down the country, maybe in charge of a racetrack like Ellerslie, or maybe eventually being a golf course superintendent. That sports turf always needs managing. Career options are vast, and where your career takes you is up to just one person, you. One man who started at grassroots level and now runs his own sports turf business is Brett Turner.
Like most trades, most people think that once you've got your trade, you've done your time, you've done your 3 to 4 years of training, that's where it ends. But there's a lot that continues on from there. It's about managing stadiums, managing golf courses. The areas that you can move in the trade, in the turf trade, is huge. It can take you all over the world, all through New Zealand, into every facet of management that you can actually think of.
So how'd you enjoy your day?
I loved it. Yeah, learned a lot of stuff today.
Is it something you think you'd like to get into in the future?
Yeah, this can be like my future job.
Thought you did really well. You picked up all the tasks we gave you. You did a really good job.
It takes about 3 years to gain your certificate in sports turf management and costs around $1,700. As well as on-the-job learning and assessments, there are correspondence assignments and annual courses to attend at the Turf Training Centre in Palmerston North. An apprentice's salary starts from $25,000 per annum, with the potential earnings of a stadium sports turf manager being over $100,000. Great skills, Eric. You seem to fit right in. Good on you. Now, could a sports turf career also be the job for you? Or maybe a more people-based career might be more your thing? Because coming up after the break, we send Kirsten off to Morrinsville to check out a career as a pharmacy technician. This is Just the Job. Welcome back to Just the Job, where we try and help you decide which one of the 1,000 careers out there is right for you. Next up, Kirsten samples a career in the pharmacy industry.
My name's Kirsten. I'm 16 years of age. I go to Massey High School and I'm interested in the pharmaceutical industry.
We've brought Kirsten 150 kilometres south of Auckland to Morrinsville. Here Kirsten will find out the role of a pharmacy technician. She will spend time being mentored by co-owner and pharmacist Paul Vestor.
We're looking for a young person who has to have a reasonable aptitude, so although you don't need a particular qualification to do it, you need to be able to learn, and it does involve quite a bit of maths, quite a bit of writing. Also, it would help to understand people. So you've ever been into a pharmacy before, into the dispensary or anything like that?
No, I haven't seen behind the scenes.
So do you want to go and have a look?
Yep.
Okay, let's go.
Paul shows Kirsten around the dispensary where much of the work takes place. A pharmacy technician assists the pharmacist in the preparation of prescriptions and in the running of the pharmacy. First up, a cream needs to be made for a customer suffering from a skin disorder called psoriasis, and Kirsten's math skills are put to the test.
This cream calls for 5% of salicylic acid, which is one of the things you use in it. And so how many grams is 5% of 100?
5
grams. Excellent.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you had 200 grams, how many grams would you, and you needed 5% of it, how many grams would you?
10 grams.
10 grams. Okay, excellent. Well done. So we're going to put the weight on the scales. Start it off for you, and then you can do the last bit. It's slightly over, and then just grab a little bit off it. Drop it swinging. Very good. Excellent.
Okay.
Well done. You're good at that. And pull. Go for it.
Next, Kirsten adds the cream.
Well done. And now you take about as much cream, this is a tricky bit, about as much cream as you think there is powder. As you'll notice, there's little lumps in this powder, and to get rid of them, if I have too much cream, I can't get the lumps out. So you can have a go at that if you like. That's it. Yeah, spread it side to side. Now, the other thing we have to do is get the other ingredient, which is called coal tar solution. It's a very old-fashioned ingredient. What we do is we put a little bit of liquid in. Have a go. So now we need you to spread it all through evenly. See how it's not quite smooth? Then you've got to get it into a jar. So you don't end up with a wide edge of pot, because it's quite hard to get off.
Okay.
Put it in that way, rather than wipe it on the bottom side.
Oh, yeah.
Because when you do, it ends up, normally you end up with cream lapping over the edge. Some people think that they just come and they count tablets, which is part of what they do. But in fact, a technician can do everything a pharmacist can do, essentially, except check off a script. So it's a very multifaceted job. It's not just counting tablets.
But counting tablets is an integral part of the job.
So what we're going to do is show you how you do a prescription. Ellie here's typed a prescription in, which is actually quite a complicated job, and a technician, that's one of the things they'd often do. And then we're going to get the prescription. I'll go and get the tablets, and then we're going to go and show you how to count them. Pour the tablets out. Well, obviously you don't want to pour out hundreds because you don't need hundreds. We need 30 here.
Okay.
And you count them. Now, a lot of people count in fives. So I'm going to count to 30. And then you grab the bottle and you tip them in. You don't touch the tablets because you don't need to touch the tablets. And then you put the lid on. And then we'd label it. So I'll leave it to you.
Now Kirsten has a turn. Hope no one's waiting on those pills. So what are the benefits of training on the job?
Well, one of the reasons, of course, you get paid from the start, and also you get to work in the environment, you get plenty of support, you're not isolated doing it in the study and trying to learn about something without any real practicality. And this is a job where the practicality is really important.
Melanie Smale has been working as a technician for 3 years and has almost finished her training.
And what aspects of being a pharmacy technician do you enjoy?
It's just a really good learning experience. You learn more about the drugs as you go.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but it's very working with patients, which is good. Yeah, I enjoy that part of it.
During the day, the technicians make deliveries to the hospital, rest homes and clients' homes. Back at the pharmacy, new stock needs to be accounted for and the shelves stocked. Prescription receipts are processed for payment and client files updated.
Right, now Kirsten, I'm going to show you how to make a Medico pack. Medico packs are a big part of the pharmacy.
A Medico pack is a safe and accurate way to ensure the customer takes the right medication on the appropriate day.
The name of the drugs is just on the foil.
Yep.
So you know which hole to pop them into.
What we really get paid for in a pharmacy, I suppose, is that we not only do the job well, but we do it without fault. So obviously a technician, they play their part in that. If they're careless and don't do things properly, it exposes a patient to danger. So attention to detail is very important.
The job offers plenty of variety and a secure future.
It's a very important job, increasingly important as pharmacies do more prescriptions. Quite sought after. If you're a qualified technician, there's generally quite a bit of work out there for you, and it's even quite sought after overseas because New Zealand trained technicians are pretty well trained.
So, has Kirsten got what it takes?
I think Kirsten's done very well. She shows great aptitude in her maths ability. I'm impressed with that. She's very keen to learn. She's yeah, it's quick to pick up things, ask good questions. She shows a lot of aptitude for becoming a technician.
So thank you, Paul.
Oh, thank you.
For having me and teaching me all about the industry.
Excellent.
Yeah, I've learnt a whole new different side to it.
Excellent.
Yeah, it's not just counting pills and giving it to the customers.
And looking pretty. No, it's a lot more than that, yeah.
Yeah.
And it's a lot more important, isn't it? Than
Yes,
you maybe thought it was.
definitely.
Well, it's good. I hope you maybe you take it up as a career. Very excellent.
Cool.
See you later.
Thank you.
Bye.
See ya. Yeah, I definitely consider pursuing this job in the future, and I had a really good time, and I'm glad I took up this opportunity. Yeah.
Pharmacy technicians are required to hold a national certificate in Pharmacy Level 5. Training can be done over 12 to 18 months full-time at a polytechnic, or you can get a job and earn as you learn over 2 to 3 years. Training technicians can earn around $13.50 an hour, and once qualified and experienced, up to $28 per hour. Well, could a career in pharmacy be for you? If you think it might be, then you can find out more about that career and all the careers featured on the shows on our website. So during the break, grab a pen and paper because I'll give you those details at the end of the program. When we come back, we find out what it takes to start a career in road construction. This is Just the Job. Welcome back to Just the Job. And if you're thinking about a career or maybe wanting to change careers, then stay tuned because this is the show that could spark a turning point when it comes to your work life. Now coming up, Nick has always been interested in cars and how things get built and wonders if somehow he might be able to combine the two into a career. So let's see how he gets on.
I'm Nick Salmon, I'm 17 years old and I go to Mangere College. I've always been interested in cars and how things work, the more hands-on side of things.
Hands-on is right, Nick. roading infrastructure is all about getting stuck in and getting things done.
From down at the bottom, right up.
Civil engineer Mary is here to take you through the Mount Roskill Western Motorway extension. But what qualities make for a successful apprentice?
Attitude really it'll take you a long way. The rest can be learnt on the job, and if you have got the attitude and the can-do attitude, everything else just falls in naturally. Hi, hello, I'm Mary.
Hi Mary, I'm Nick.
Hi Nick, nice to meet you. Why did you become interested in construction?
I've just always been interested in the heavy machinery and how things get built.
First things first, safety is very important here on site, so you need to be wearing these throughout your entire visit here.
Okay.
The first job of the day is with traffic control. Nick will be helping Billy and Marcel to narrow a stretch of road to allow concrete barriers to be moved.
Show you a few things you need to know on this truck. You'll be hooked up to the safety harness.
Nick's job is to pass the cones to Marcel to lay down.
We only go as fast as you can go.
Yep.
Because most jobs are done on active roads, there is a high level of safety awareness within the industry, with strong procedures in place that isolate and minimise the risks.
Realistically, you can't remove the traffic, so you have to isolate them. So what the traffic control department does is that they come through and they set out a barrier, a safety barrier for the traffic to keep to one side and for our guys to work safely.
That was pretty awesome, eh? It's really full on, just heaps of work to do, it's good. The pace was a bit quicker than I thought it would be with the cones, but no, you just got to keep up with them. Worked it out.
With the traffic cones set, Nick can help move the temporary concrete barriers to a new part of the motorway.
Just have the hook facing that way like that.
Yep. Yep.
An aerial balloon is contracted to take photos of the site's progress every month. Say cheese, Nick. Much of the industry has been modernised, including the science of surveying.
What we need to do is fix the total station position from a series of control points. So
the laser theodolite takes readings from fixed points around the site to establish its own position before fixing new pre-programmed points.
So because there's an existing structure and we have to put this new structure in, they have to line up. So our surveyors, they serve a very important purpose.
The Dominion Road Bridge is in the middle of construction, and Nick is able to see a concrete pour of the pierhead.
These guys on the ends, they've got concrete vibrators, so their job is to ensure that we get compaction in the concrete, just get all the air bubbles out of the concrete so that it'll come up with a nice finish and strong, well-compacted concrete.
The State Highway extension is cutting through local services, so the job also involves rerouting utilities and other infrastructure.
Randolph is the name.
Yep.
What I have here is a 350 kilo plate compactor.
All right.
So for us to start, you've got your throttle here, which is your lever.
Yep.
And once that beeping sound is going, you know your machine is ready to start. You just gently ease onto the lever to increase the acceleration and kick your machine.
The client wants his road to be compacted to a certain level, and that's all to do with the longevity of the road. It's been designed to last so many years, and for it to last that many years, it needs to be compacted to that requirement. So that's why we take a lot of effort in compacting road.
That's fun. It's pretty easy to control for such a big machine, eh? Just pushing it forward and back. It's not as hard as it looks.
It's the end of the experience. So how's Nick done?
He'd make a very good apprentice. He, instead of being overwhelmed by the task that was at hand, he sat back and processed it and just got in there and did it. And he did an excellent job as well. Okay, Nick, we've now come to the end of our tour of our project. So what did you think?
Oh, awesome. I mean, it's just opened my eyes to a whole new aspect of roadworks, all the how things get done. It's really shown me what it's all about.
Okay, and you could definitely see yourself working in this industry?
Yeah, definitely.
You most definitely do have that can-do attitude, and you ask all the right questions, so no, well done.
Awesome.
Yeah, all the best for the future.
Cheers for that. It's been awesome. I found out a whole lot of new things. It's really opened my eyes to what goes on in building roads. Favourite thing, definitely the compactor. Just being able to use the machine myself, kind of first day on the job, is really awesome. Oh, definitely. Yeah, it's something that you can just learn a whole lot of new things. Something you can always get better at with technology, and as long as there are cars, there are going to be roads, so it's going to take me places.
InfraTrain offers a wide range of nationally recognised qualifications where you can set your own study program and earn as you learn, avoiding a student loan. An unskilled labourer starts at $13 an hour, an experienced excavator operator $25 an hour, and wages rise up to $100,000 for a construction supervisor. A licence is required to operate construction equipment, so getting this as soon as possible will fast-track your career. Well, Nick certainly made a great impression and looked as if he had the right stuff to go far within the industry. So well done to him and everyone else who featured in today's program. Today, there are literally thousands of career options available to you, and sometimes the choice can be a little overwhelming. So we certainly hope our programs will help you to decide, but to help you even more, we have the lovely Sarah from Career Services who has this week's tip for getting you that dream job.
The physical environment that you work in is important, so try and picture yourself in it beforehand. This might be easy. Hairdressers work in hair salons, builders work on building sites. But there are other things to consider about your work environment. In the sports turf industry, you will be working outside. Graphic designers are always in front of computers, and in the flooring industry, you may be somewhere different every day, but you will be indoors. So be sure that the working environment is right for you, and the easiest way to do this is to get into the job for a while and try it out.
Well, unfortunately, that's it for this week, but don't worry, we are back again next week with another 3 careers that could end up just being the job for you. Now, if you want more information about the careers you've just seen, or for more info about how to make that right career choice, it can be found by simply going to our program website, www.tvnz.co.nz, and enter the keywords, just the job. Happy hunting, I'll see you next week.
This program was made with funding from New Zealand On Air.